And we are back once again with E3 Rewind. Once again, I have Shonen MC, Evan, with me.
Hello.
Redford has said he probably will be showing up, but he's going to be about an hour or so late. So, the plan here is we do have. I wasn't able to find any videos that specifically detail all the keynotes like I was able to find for 1995. However, I was able to find like a good 2 hour video of the show floor, and I was able to find this playlist. So what we're gonna do is for the first hour, we're just gonna, maybe pick and choose some of the stuff in this playlist that stands out to us, and then once Redford shows up, save us having to make. I will go to the 2 hour video, and that'll save us because if we did the 2 hour video first, we'd have to pause it in the middle, tell them our exact time codes, and it'd just be a hassle to sync up. Right. So, naturally, I think we'd both be in agreement, Evan, in that we should start with this two-parter video, including the Nintendo 64 unveiling. I'd say that's a pretty major event.
Yes.
Uh, so, clicking on video 1,
Okay.
and let me know when you've got it ready to...
Yep.
Okay, so syncing the video. 3, 2, 1. Oh, look at that Windows Movie Maker font.
Yeah, Ultra 64 doesn't sound as good.
You don't think?
It doesn't. It doesn't even look as good. Like the new logo looks so much better.
I'll agree
It's
with you on the
iconic.
logo, definitely. The name console and... Oh my god, they were trying to give information with that.
Introduced the full
Yes.
64
Oh, the audio is definitely better than
power.
last year.
Not only the power, but what it is that it can do.
Yeah, they put the boom mic
And even
not
before
like
we
300 feet
introduce
away
the
this
rest of
time.
our big software lineup for this year, it's very encouraging to us and the rest of the industry to style that after 2 years of month-on-month declines, that 1996 has kicked off in a real big way with January, February, March representing the first positive year-on-year gains in over 2 years for 10.7% real growth, and that's before
I'm
we
just
even
hearing
start
words.
with this great new product lineup.
They
So
were
we're
at a
excited.
loss for 2 years,
We've got a lot to
and
tell
now they're
you
at a
in the
growth
next
of
30 minutes.
10.7%.
To demonstrate the
That's actually a pretty
power,
impressive
we'll open up
comeback.
to some, Q&A.
Nintendo is known for
Show,
flopping
here's
and then
Howard to
making
tell you what we've
spectacular
been doing
recoveries,
since
I
then.
think.
That's definitely true.
1993, when we first
Like,
announced
even happened during the Wii U era.
Howard?
Thank you, Peter, and good afternoon, everyone. It's certainly no secret that this
It's just
E3 show
funny to see these old boomers running video game companies.
is show and tell time. As you know, we're going to launch Nintendo 64 on
Like, these guys look
September
like they could run for Congress.
3rd. We've taken our time with this product for a very simple reason. We wanted to get it right. We
Ooh.
wanted this system, the hardware and the software, to be a quantum leap above anything out there. 16-bit, 32-bit PC, whatever. And we believe that we have accomplished that goal. Today, you're going to see not only the world's best and most powerful home video game system, but what
It's
Mr.
not the most
Yamauchi,
powerful,
the
though.
president of Nintendo Company Limited, and all of us at Nintendo feel
Yeah, but you don't
is
say
the
that
best
to your
video
investors.
game ever created.
Of course not, yeah.
Masterpiece.
I wonder how open these
Super
events
Mario
were at this
64.
point.
Now, last year, as you'll recall, at the E3 show, you heard from Tom Jermalock, Silicon Graphics President and Chief Operating Officer. Tom could not be here this afternoon. He's out of the country, but he didn't want to miss the opportunity to tell you how he feels about Nintendo 64. So here's Tom.
That almost looks like the GameCube logo.
Hi, I'm Tom Jermalack, president of Silicon Graphics. I must say we're very excited to be a part of the unveiling today of the new Nintendo 64 technology here at the E3 conference. The Nintendo 64
Zoom in on the tech
result
demo.
of a collaboration between
Show me
Nintendo and
your
Sony Graphics that I must say has been a tremendous amount of fun. And I think that's going to come through. You're going to see that in the end result of the product, just how much fun we had creating this. It's an example of a leap ahead, a break from the past of the home video game technologies of the past that's drawn forward because what we've done is integrated Silicon Graphics leading edge visualization technology, color and motion and graphics technology, coupled with digital media audio techniques, and brought together with the high performance computing capabilities of our MIPS RISC processor. All of these together in an architecture that's truly high performance and leading edge, and yet brought down to the scale of a home video game so that Nintendo can make it available to the mass marketplace. And that's been a stunning achievement. The result of that is a game that in fact provides an environment for immersive, compelling technology. One where it truly represents what's happening in the real world. It may sound like hyperbole, but this is a game where the user will be able to become totally immersed in the technology and in the gameplay. The best example of this, the new Super Mario 64 game also being unveiled here at E3. This is a game where Nintendo developers have taken advantage of the tremendous visualization and audio capabilities, but really added in to the mix their own compelling story and compelling gameplay that when combined with these technologies makes for an experience that truly...
Mario 64 was a really great showcase of the 64's capabilities.
It's a true
Like,
breakthrough. What it is,
if you've ever seen a speedrun of the game, you can just tell the game was deliberately designed in such a way that if you knew what you were doing, you could actually go through it
But the real story
quickly.
is, the power is
It's
here.
really a
The
marvel.
jump has been made. The game is wholly new. Thank you very much.
Like, it almost feels like they modeled everything out on hand.
Oh, here's the next video.
It just started immediately,
Yeah.
so... I'm
Just
good.
pause, go to 0. Because we
Okay.
don't know, because it still has to load the video when transitioning, and your speed might be different than mine.
Yeah, better.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt.
You in your backward country with your shitty internet.
You fucker.
I just love gloating about it. And like, my internet isn't even as good as it could be because I need to put in some more hard drive.
I don't even live in a city either, so that even makes it worse.
Yeah, it does. It does. That's why I had to put it in the zinger.
Okay.
Get the show.
3, 2, 1.
Thank you, Howard. As you said, let's get on with the demo. We're going to do something a little different than we've usually done. Instead of showing
Kind of
you a
looks like
videotape
Gabe Newell with a
later on,
mustache.
we would like to give you a feeling of what it's like when people are actually playing. So we're going to do a live demo. And for this demo, I'd like to invite
Yes.
Isaac Marshall.
Smart.
They're also from the Treehouse.
Watch him suck ass at it. Like,
The treehouse already existed back in fucking...
It's a little easier than twisting their necks to see what's going on over there.
Oh, I like the little podium. That's cool.
Of Super Mario 64.
Well, of course you gotta put
You
the
may notice these
N64
cartridges
on a
are little
podium.
large. These are actually, of course,
That's how all video games should be played, in my opinion.
On a podium.
Just under half the size of this. It's actually
Gamers of the future, rise up. Get the podiums.
Without further ado,
Now, Gamer of the Futures are going to have VR rooms, let's be real.
It's me, Mario!
Oh, he didn't mess with the face.
Ah!
linear A to Z type of
Not
game.
real
Play
gamer.
boss, play a level, beat a boss. This game is much more wide open. You have full freedom to move around in a very large 3D environment. The way the game is structured, it's actually all focused around this castle.
Oh yeah, because the N64 was like... This is one of the first games that actually gave you proper manual camera control.
Correct.
Yeah.
At least camera controls that didn't totally suck ass.
100 stars in this level.
Ah!
Things about the N64.
Remember that one, like, I think it was an Aliens vs. Predators reviewer who was like, this method of controlling the camera for FPS games will never take off. What the fuck were they thinking? And now it's the default control method.
What you can see is quite fun. While you're watching these demos,
Showcase the different jumps.
incredibly crisp and clean the graphics are.
You'll probably get there.
I'm sure for years you've been hearing things like try linear map interpolation and perspective correct textures and real
Try to see if you can spot anything that didn't make it into the final game, Evan.
super clean.
This is the wrong level to pick on a demo. He's gonna die horribly.
On his head. As you notice, Mario did a kind of a cool move there. I like knowing some of the moves now. Being a Mario game, Mario has a lot of moves. Let's see what Mario can do.
He's gonna die so fast. I'm calling it. This is the worst level to pick a demonstration.
Layout, double backflip.
The game has so much charm. I still love playing it.
One cool thing Mario can do is when you climb a tree, you can eventually do a handstand.
Can you imagine how mind-blowing this is?
Did you hear the one guy in the crowd go, "Whoa!" when he fucking
Hell yeah.
did a handstand on the tree?
First star he has to get by saving this mommy penguin.
Watch him fall off and die.
You so want this guy to fail.
Dude, because remember tech demos these days, they just have the
Pre-recorded
decent-looking
footage
chicks on
and
the show
pretend they're
floor,
playing it live.
and they all suck at the game.
Oh, remember that one, I think it was an Uncharted 4 E3 showcase, where the game glitched and didn't give them movement? So they just stood there for like 5 minutes while they had to reset the demo. Oh,
Watch mommy come racing down the slide.
She gets mad if you cheat, it's funny.
Mario cheated, but that's okay. You talk to her, she'll give you a star anyway. And we like to jump ahead in the game a little bit now. So now we'll just imagine that Henry has gathered 8 stars. Once you've gathered 8 stars, you can go into certain situations. What's also cool about that, though, is the camera always seems to be in a... Missed it by that.
how much money do you want to bet they dress them up in those like hipster clothes to make them look more like kids?
Yes, I bet they had an image consultant.
Did you fight Bowser, which you'll see on the tape?
That's a job, by the way.
I believe you. I'm not in the least bit surprised.
Down in the basement, there's a locked door. Well, you get the key for beating Bowser, which we of course have already done. What do you think he keeps though? I think he's got some pretty big overalls. Anyway, this is another good example of how you might find another level.
Like, I'm half surprised the guy with the cap isn't wearing it
You'll see a
backwards.
flame level as he's cruising around. Right at the end of the hall.
Yeah.
Then if you jump into
Maybe he's not
that
allowed.
level,
That would be too
there's a
degenerate for
star
Nintendo.
Now we gotta look.
No, dude,
now we
everybody
gotta
wore
look
their
hip
hat
with the kids,
backwards.
but we can't look too hip with the kids.
Everybody wore their hat backwards in the 90s. As a 90s kid, I remember. It's very, very much a cultural thing.
Now you get in here and you're like, well, what am I supposed to do? You're an average
Meanwhile, in Ireland, we were all wearing farmers' caps.
Have you ever had any butt stomp to get rid of those?
Butt stomp. Way better than ground pound.
That gives you access to this door.
Gotta butt stomp some things.
You're gonna call it that from now on, huh?
You're in the moat, and now the moat is drained.
Yes.
Again, an average player probably would have gone to swim in the moat when they first started playing. That's kind of cool. They would have seen the door and they would have seen this hole. They wouldn't be able to open the door if they're underwater. They wouldn't have been able to go down the hole.
Showing off a lot. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
This is a very strong example of how we can like look into the distance.
Yeah, like, see what I mean? Like, it's like every level is drawn by hand.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, but
Mario has 3 other abilities that he has.
like, it's you turn the camera and you see like the boundary of the level, but it doesn't really destroy your immersion. But at the same time, it's like I built this with my Legos kind of feel. It's really cool.
I'm half convinced they have a few paid hype men in the crowd because not that this game isn't all worthy, but I question the timing on some of the ohs.
Can you imagine this compared to Super Nintendo though? Like,
Yeah,
this is ridiculous.
yeah.
Walk through chain link fences.
Dude, just wait till they play Star Fox 64. That was the game that convinced me to beg for a Nintendo 64.
And before they don't show it and nobody reacts to it.
Oh, I'm gonna get livid if that happens.
You're gonna sue Nintendo for ruining your childhood.
If people could do that, Nintendo would be out of money. Let's be real here.
And we don't think it'll be rare to have players take 100 hours before they finish the game completely. Anyway, I think we'd love to play Mario for the rest of the day, but we all have to move on, so we'll show you a couple other games.
Cool.
If the camera like cool.
I don't know why, but the way he said it made him sound like a stoner.
Okay, the next game we'll show you doesn't need
Oh my god, he is wearing it backwards!
And in fact, you may have noticed during Mario, the
Told
music
you.
of the system is pretty incredible.
Oh, okay. Let's see then.
Okay, so what's up next on the agenda?
Let's go back into the main playlist. Let's see. Oh! Concept trailer for Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
CCE. I don't even know what that company is.
First title.
Wow.
It's that early in development, huh? I think they're actually referencing the NES games. The MSX
Yeah.
games.
Because you had Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2.
Yeah.
They came out back to back, I think. Pretty fast. I never played any of them because Metal Gear Solid's like a soft reboot, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
He fought Big Boss, that's all you need to know. And
Yeah,
Gray
basically.
Fox, he fought Gray Fox.
Ah, this theme song.
I'm so bad at Metal Gear Solid. I love the series to death, but... wow, look at this menu.
Man, this cut to the logo back and forth is giving me massive MGS2 opening vibes.
They had the map down back then. Somehow the guards look better.
Revolver Ocelot.
He hypnotized him. I'll never get over that. Never. Wow, look at that. It's so much less stylized. Dun, 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 dun. See, look how fun and light the music is for such a serious game. Dun, dun, dun. I love it. It's great trailer music. Back when you could show the concept trailer because the game would come out next year. Honestly, these days, I think they should just reveal the game 6 months before it's over. Or with development.
Oh? Oh, they're teasing Rex.
Of course. It's Metal Gear, dude. In 1997, this comes out.
Gotta show the action man shooting his gun.
Well, it looks like the game is barely, not even done at all. That's so impressive. Such a groundbreaking game made in like a little over a year.
I was gonna suggest we watch the Mario 64 videos, but seeing as that got showed in the N64 review, we can probably skip on those now.
Yeah. Which one do you want to watch next?
Oh. Crash Bandicoot.
Dude, that game had the worst loading times in the 90s. I remember waiting 15 minutes for the next level to load.
Plus, it uses a password system instead of the memory card, right?
I think so. I don't exactly remember, though, because, like, I only played it one time at, like, some random girl's house in my neighborhood. I'm like, sweet, I don't have a PlayStation.
I get to play Sonic's ass game.
Yeah, it was cool, though.
Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Ah.
Old system startup sounds. This game was also ridiculously hard. The hit detection didn't make any sense, and you would die when it was like, wait, what?
You want to know another great thing about Astro's Playroom, Evan?
Yeah.
Okay, so all of the levels are themed after a different, are dedicated to a different PlayStation console. So all of the levels end with that console's boot up noise.
That's neat. Wait 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Dude, it was that bad. Other countries do day, month, year when it comes to day. That makes way more sense.
Yeah.
Why do we do everything wrong in America?
Because you're America, you've got to be different. Because if you do it like
We're not,
Britain
though.
does, because if you do
Nowadays,
things like
everything-
Britain does it, why did you ever quit Britain? Huh?
I really like the tornado animation. It's really fun. This game had so many cheats. That's another thing I remember, is that you were almost incentivized to cheat.
I love the Wumpa Fruit sound effect.
Kazooie come out, because basically, ooga booga!
Yeah, the sound design is on point.
That's really good. Sure. That's fun. And they just like fly off the screen. I remember playing a level where like you Indiana Jones, so the big boulder is following you.
They actually put that level fully playable in Uncharted 4, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Where
That's fun.
I think his wife or whatever is playing Crash Bandicoot and forces him to play, and that's the level you play.
That's rough. Also, forces him to play it? What?
Well, you know, pressures him into playing it, you know. Be like, you know, give it a try, buddy. You know how I forced you to watch Ben
Yeah,
10.
manipulates him. I get it. Okay. You mean gently nudges him to do it.
I'm just being honest, Evan. I don't...
Yeah. No, I appreciate it.
Okay. Let's see. What next?
There's all the promotional videos for Nintendo.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if the Electronics Expo video is going to show it, and we're going to have to skip it.
E3.
Here, I'm going to look through it real quick.
Yeah. Dreadnought. Tomb Raider 1. Okay.
Doesn't look like it. I see Crash Bandicoot. It looks like the E3 doesn't have Nintendo in it.
There's like a 6-second video of Virtual Boy logo at E3 1996.
They were still trying. I don't remember the Virtual Boy at all.
Okay. Okay, so video 41 is one I'm interested in. Nights into Dreams E3 version.
Okay.
And I
Yeah,
think,
but I think we could just watch all the Nintendo ones.
Yeah.
Because I'm not seeing it in the other video. So I'd say that would be the smartest one to do later. That's video number
41.
Yeah, I clicked on 41. I'm just saying what's the one with all the Nintendo ones?
Yeah, okay.
16. Okay.
3, 2, 1. The game is running on SSF011 Alpha R2 Emu.
Right, they have their own in-house emulators.
Yeah.
You know what Nintendo should just do?
What?
They should just sell their old emulators.
But then they
But
couldn't
honestly, if I ever designed a game, like,
But Evan,
it
if
would
they...
have like a world builder in it that I could sell separately.
But Evan, if they did that, how would they drip feed you all the old games you already bought?
They aren't even gonna drip us 20% of them. I'm calling that already. Oh, it's this game.
Yeah, I own this game. I haven't beaten it because you have to like get a certain rank on all the levels to unlock the final levels.
You gotta get good scrub.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh god. It's so weird to have 3D games like this, where it has rails but not really.
You mean 2.5D games?
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on, game. Try harder.
Oh, what the fuck? They just had to give us the action shot. Yeah.
The beginning of the end for Sega.
Boss, I don't think the Saturn. I don't think the Saturn's holding up too well. Quick, make the Dreamcast faster. Oh wow, yeah, no. I don't know if this is like the actual thing they showed, or if this is just like a demo build someone found.
No, yeah, I think this is the demo you could play on the show floor. Is what it looks like.
So, interesting thing about Knights, I don't think they have a canon gender. Because you saw how in the beginning...
Yeah, either of them transform into it, right? It's like a magical
they
creature.
Basically assimilate with her. So they gave an androgynous design with a semi-androgynous, it leans towards female voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you want to watch? Well, I want to watch number 16 just because it has all the Nintendo stuff. And I think the other video, the 2-hour one, doesn't have Nintendo in it, from what I can tell.
Probably does, but
Yeah, it looks like Sega and PlayStation. It might just be PlayStation.
Okay. 3.
Or I could be wrong, and then we'll have to skip it.
When you're ready,
That's
3,
okay.
2, 1.
Beep. Oh yeah, VHS tape. You can tell because of the little
Scan lines.
gray borders that come up at the beginning of the video.
Yeah. And
Sizzle project.
Sizzle. And
I just love how like these days, like any like 8-year-old could make these kind of effects.
Yeah.
And better.
I feel like they're trying to subliminally message me.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Oh yeah, it's very cool and 90s hip.
This is very 90s. Oh, dude.
Oh, that was a demo version of Mario Kart, I think.
I believe over here in Europe they call Star Fox Lilac Wars.
That is what it is, though. I mean, they're not wrong.
It's not an inaccurate title.
Yeah. You can tell these are the beta versions because of the coloration. Star Fox looks mostly complete, though.
Did you hear the story?
Wave Race.
Did you hear the story about Rave Race and that one very sarcastic announcer they found a cheat code for 10 years later or something?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god, what? I thought that was a Transformers game for a second.
No, Blast Core.
Oh wow, I'd seen a review of Kirby's Air Ride recently, and this looks so different from the final version.
Yeah. Dude, half of these were popular arcade games. Like this one.
Well, that's how it happened a lot back in the day. At least with the multiplayer games, where it is they just take something that did well in the arcade and port it.
Yeah.
Shadows of the Empire.
Look how big and clunky it is.
It's not canon now, though.
Really? Yeah, nothing's ever canon.
No, remember they took away the extended canon to make their own extended canon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody cares though, because the new canon.
Super Mario Kart R.
It was a much better choice to call it 64. See, look how almost finished these games look.
But Evan, if they put an R in the title, they'd be able to compare it to Sonic R. And anything looks good next to Sonic R.
Honestly, I wonder if it would have been as popular.
Here's one of
And
the
they have to show that
legendary
you're fighting
things.
the communists.
The way the guns move in this game, animate in this game.
This is not how it
feels
moves
real,
in the
yeah.
final version.
Yeah, but it always feels really weird to me when I see.
I never
clips of
actually played Turok.
it. So, is this like a time travel game or what?
I think so, yeah. I mean, there's dinosaurs and you have guns, so I think that's a safe assumption.
Oh, Tusk. What a name. But there was a 64 Pilot Wings game?
Look how many games there are at launch. This is so crazy.
Meanwhile, nowadays you get like 5.
I remember the GameCube came out. I got it with Luigi's Mansion, and then like a month later I got Melee.
Yeah.
That was like it. That was all the games that were out for the GameCube in North America at the time. It's interesting that they show how many stars there were. Do you think they added 20 later? Because in this he only has 100
Who knows?
stars. I've never actually gotten all the stars. I should do that on stream sometime. And then everybody's just gonna be like, you're such a noob. It's like, the speed run for this game is less than 2 hours. More than 50 games in development.
Oh, look at all those sports games!
Yeah. Oh yeah. September 96.
Second half, 1996, SNES and Game Boy.
This is awesome. Stay fair, stay fair, stay fair, stay fair. Where am I?
The future of fun is shining bright for Super NES, Game Boy, and Super Game Boy. Nintendo has one powerhouse of a lineup waiting in the wings for '96. First up, there's the wild new adventure game for Super NES.
Oh damn!
Super Mario RPG
I need to beat this
Legend of
game.
The 7 Stars. But this is no
I need to
ordinary
play it.
Mario game. It's his first interactive.
I know, I played like the first dungeon
and it's
twice,
loaded
and then I never
challenging
continued.
fun.
I hear Peach is super overpowered.
Smithy has shattered the Star Road and is determined to rule the Mushroom Kingdom. Once again, it's
They spoil that Bowser joins the party.
and it's a battle of brawn and
of course they
brains
do.
as you
I hear he's
solve
awful, though.
puzzles and use various weapons.
Well, of
spells,
course he
and
do. He always
objects
gets
on
beaten
this
by Mario.
exciting
Why would he be
adventure.
good?
Even
But,
Bowser and Princess Toadstool lend a hand to help recover the 7 stars, repair the Star Road, and defeat the treacherous Smithy. This action-packed role-playing game features stunning advanced computer modeling graphics. Super Mario RPG, Legend of the 7 Stars. It's great looking, it's great fun, and best of all, it's Mario. The next inning belongs to
Oh man, I had a Ken Griffey Jr. game.
winning record is baseball's most popular and awesome player is back in
I don't know
the
if
exciting
he used steroids or not.
Super NES. Rare.
Because you know, in that era, that was the big thing.
I
It's
was
like-
about to say, it was sports in the 90s, Evan. He probably used steroids.
Honestly, I think they should be able to.
Now
Unpopular
here's a game
opinion.
from the player's point of
We
view.
should experiment on the sports players with steroids so we could use it for people who have diseases and cure rare muscle diseases.
As you play a full season right on.
Because then there's the impetus to refine them.
Ken Griffey Jr.'s winning run for Super NES is the odds-on favorite for Home Run
That
King this
and their
year.
mom does plastic surgery in parts of the world.
Saturday
It's
is
like,
up to his
why not
old
steroids,
and
bruh?
Dreamland is under siege once again. It's up to Kirby to come to the rescue in Kirby Superstar, Kirby's very first action-adventure
I haven't
game
played
for
this
Super
one.
NES.
Honestly, every Kirby game is amazing. I should play more of them.
Plus, a special bonus game stuffed into one action-packed
Not to
30
mention, you get to play as a Lovecraftian abomination.
This is an incredible value.
Kirby's amazing. How dare
Any
you?
of Kirby's
How dare you?
24 power-up features.
I never said he wasn't amazing. I just said he was a Lovecraftian abomination.
Like Fatty Whale, Dynamite,
Maybe.
and Sir Kibble. Even trade in Kirby's power-ups to create special new helper characters. And if you're really
Oh, that's
good,
cool.
you might even earn your way to the final and most difficult level on the cartridge, the Top Secret Arena. 9 games of great value.
The top secret arena that we're telling you about in this commercial.
Fresh and exciting.
Man, I love how Kirby games are just like, you get 10 games instead of 1 game.
Attack for Super NES and Game Boy.
So meaty.
Yoshi and the rest of the gang are on hand to share in the fun of one of the best.
Dude, there's so many
puzzle games
Tetris clones back then.
Isn't
and
this the
so
one
many
that-
were better than Tetris? It's ridiculous.
Isn't this the one that is a reskinned panel de pawn for the
Because
webs?
once the blocks touch the top of the screen, this game
I don't
is
know.
over.
I haven't played it.
Single
I
player
played
mode
Pokemon Puzzle League.
can
Yeah.
handle, and in 2-player mode, this game really cranks. It's a
Really
race against
cranks.
time as you compete to align
That's
systems
90s slang I haven't
creating
heard before.
wild chain
Yep.
reactions, causing blocks to
I never
rain
used
down
it personally.
your opponent. There's no other puzzle game quite as thrilling and action-packed as Tetris Attack for Super NES and Game Boy. I'm telling you, this one's
I know there was some puzzle game
Kirby is
that was
one
Japanese
really well this
exclusive,
year,
but
as
we got it in the
Kirby
West,
yet another
only it was
great
reskinned as
game,
like a Yoshi or a Mario
Kirby's
game or
Block Ball
something.
For Game Boy and Super Game Boy. Inspired by such classic games as Breakout and Arkanoid, the goal of Kirby's Block Ball is to clear a screen of blocks by hitting them with a small
Breakout.
ball. But 4-way paddle control, plus the risk of losing your life to a spiked
Like,
wall, takes the challenge to
Kirby is
bold
basically
dimensions.
just Nintendo's
Change the ball
guinea
into
pig.
Kirby and get ready for even
sometimes.
more new twists. Kirby can power up with
They want to
40
experiment with a
abilities,
type of
players
game,
destroy
and they just put
blocks
Kirby
and
in it.
clear the screen
Yeah,
with extra
that's an
speed.
excellent point.
With 10 separate game stages, plus a hidden 11th boss stage, Kirby
Like, I'm surprised we didn't see a Kirby
packs
FPS
fun
before
value.
Splatoon came out.
Some of the hottest news in the jungle this year is the return of everybody's favorite
God, could you
little monkey,
imagine a Kirby
Diddy,
FPS?
in the new Donkey Kong Land 2, Diddy's Conquest for Game Boy and Super Game Boy.
Where
Oh,
you-
this looks so
Where,
bad.
where you get a
Diddy's on the
different
move,
gun
and he's
based
got
on
a
what
lot of
enemy
new
you suck
ground to
up.
cover. In
It looks like a shitty version of Donkey
Game
Kong
Boy
Country
games
that
and
they
mean-
made cheaply.
Donkey's
I
in
mean,
Doesn't it?
trouble,
they
and
did
it's
put
up
it on
to
the
Diddy
Game
and
Boy. They
Dixie
probably
to
had to,
rescue him. This incredible
you
new
know.
game
Oh, is that what
features
this is?
Yep.
Okay.
HCM graphics, specially optimized for Game Boy.
Yep, see?
With tons of exciting new levels and incredible graphics, Donkey Kong Land 2, Diddy's Conquest, is bound to be one of the top bananas for Game Boy and Super Game Boy this year. As you can see,
I love
there's
this.
some truly incredible new Game Boy titles in the works for '96. But the really big news on the Game Boy front is actually
What is it about
small.
uh, voiceovers in the 90s that they just have a very unique vibe to them?
Oh yeah, the Game Boy Pocket. I have one of those.
Successful Game
A
Boy.
blue one.
No, we haven't tinkered with its incredibly popular feature set or operational controls, but the new Game
Look
Boy
at him
Pocket
molest
is over
that Game Boy.
30% smaller than the original Game Boy, and features an even crisper screen.
Yeah!
Like, he's not even playing it, he's just
The new
caressing
Game Boy
it.
Pocket is compatible
That's
with
what you do to your Game Boy. You take care of it. You caress it like a lover.
with the amazing little
It's 30% smaller,
and
bro.
the ever-popular Play It Loud series. Nintendo's expecting big
But if you're
results
gonna
from our
caress
handheld
something, don't you want it to be a
lineup
bigger, Evan?
So there you go. Any way you look at it,
I don't
it's gonna be one outstanding fun-packed.
Not if it's like huge. Not if it's huge.
What is that?
Oh?
Is that an earthquake? It's earth-shaking news. Donkey Kong Country is back,
Oh.
and it's better than ever.
Is it?
I've
Because I
actually
don't
played
hear many
3.
people talk about 3.
Dude, they're all amazing.
But better than ever?
I don't know. I've never played 3. I played the first 2 with a friend when I was 12 years old.
Oh my god, did you just see them throw that JPEG across the screen?
Double the bad guys. Double the good guys. I don't know which Kong that is. Dixie cow. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say, Dixie's Double Trouble sounds like the name of a porn film.
It does.
Nintendo is really focused on fun in '96. And in fact, the entire second half is gonna be a real blast. TV sets across the country will soon be bursting with Nintendo excitement.
This music, for some reason, gives me mad Sonic Spinball flashbacks.
Sonic is very much a product of the 90s.
Starting in early May and rolling
I think you'll
Like
find.
Spinball specifically.
Gets off to a running start with Super Mario RPG for Super NES. Mario's latest campaign is one very adventuresome $3.8 million media event.
Wow.
May through June will feature a very powerful.
Oh my
TV
god,
guide
they're giving you like
Kirby's Block Ball
a
for Game
calendar
Boy and
chart.
Super Game Boy.
For the TV
First time out,
advertisements.
Kirby scores a big $1.8 million in media. And beginning in June, Ken Griffey Jr.'s winning run for Super NES. will be
It's
smacking 'em
baseball.
right out of the park.
Gotta do
It's
it.
a bear
Yeah, I gotta do it since Redford isn't here to make memes.
Plus, look for an additional
Definitely.
$5 million Nike Impact promotion. In August, September, we spring Bound High and Dragon Hopper for Virtual Boy over the airwaves.
Also, Redford, if you're watching this part of the video in the future because you missed it, don't at me.
Also starting
You're a
in
cunt,
August,
don't at me.
The tiny little Game Boy Pocket gets a great big $6 million campaign. The first phase of this two-stage blitz covers the end of summer back-to-school months of August and September. And picks up again just in time for Christmas with a whole new blitz. Beginning
Of
in
course.
November and
That's how you do it.
in September,
That's when everybody got their consoles back
the
then.
Super NES
I mean, it's kind of still when people get their consoles.
$3.2 million in media. The entire month of October goes to the playful little monkey with big friends in high places when Donkey Kong Land 2, Diddy's Conquest for Game Boy and
Look at all
Super
these
Game
Donkey
Boy
Kong
comes
games they're
bouncing
showing where
out
you
of the
don't play as
barrel
Donkey
with a
Kong.
whopping $3.7 million TV buy. Never content to play second banana to anyone,
Oh.
November and December goes to the incredible Donkey Kong Country 3.
I thought they were
for
about
Super
to
NES with
show
an
me up there.
$4.8 million holiday media blitz.
Yeah, Donkey Kong Country was huge.
In addition to these
It was
outstanding
huge.
campaigns, you can also count on the power of print to play a major role throughout the entire second half. We've dedicated a record $1.5 million exclusively.
Okay, this
for
video is
advertising in all
definitely made
hot
for
gaming
investors.
magazines. Of course,
Or, like,
Nintendo's own
retailers.
prices will be
Rip
going
Nintendo
up
power.
as well, with the popular monthly
They've still got it
Nintendo
in the
Power
form of like a
Magazine.
podcast that they upload very sporadically.
Secret sales force. That's why increasing readership through retail sales is so important.
Of course, gamers
But I'm
will
sure
also be plugging
it's
into our
just
hot
not
new
the same as
virtual
like the
magazine,
magazines.
Nintendo Power Source all year long.
Nintendo Power Source Online reaches opinion leaders to get the news out fast.
I thought that said Nintendo Power Sonic for a
As
second.
always, retail advertising is going to be another
Purely because of the font.
One track mind.
It was purely because of the font.
Retail advertising is a hugely important part of our marketing plan. For the second half of this year, our existing
Kowalski's a fun
provide
man.
the kinds of dollars you need to plan and execute some great ads and some greater promotions all the way up.
This Kowalski does not look like a fun man.
In August, we introduced a very cool promotion to help introduce the very hot Tetris Attack for Super NES and Game Boy. This multimedia-backed event features local market events supported with radio advertising and an
Please invest in Nintendo.
with over 500,000 rentals projected, plus a thrilling Tetris Attack competition. You can bet that this thrilling $4.4 million Tetris Attack advertising and promotional campaign will be causing
showing
chain
up
reactions
out
for
these
retailers
big,
through the end
like,
of the year. In addition to
$1 million
these exciting
investments
promotional
feels like
events,
they're
you can bank on
measuring
a
their
strategic
dick.
public relations campaign to be
That's
a
the whole
major
point.
element of our second half
Get
marketing
investors.
PR means momentum.
Make money.
Lots of coverage of lots of people talking about Nintendo products. And as we get ready to launch these products for the second half of this year, we're going to make sure that the TV cameras are rolling, that the barrels of ink are flowing, and that the game craze keeps going.
And of course, in-store merchandising is always the crucial final link between Nintendo and our retail customers.
In-store merchandising and interactive displays are the keys to announcing the
Oh, look at this
arrival of
guy
new
trying to be
releases, helping
enthusiastic.
consumers get hands-on experience with the hottest games.
Yeah.
Maintaining space and visual excitement is absolutely vital to keeping sales of Game Boy and Super NES strong this fall.
Any way you look at it, it's going to be one very powerful, very playful second half.
Huge year for Nintendo.
Combined, Nintendo's investing over $140 million in the continued success of Game Boy, Super Game Boy, Virtual Boy, and Super NES.
It's interesting to see how they're still putting so much support behind the Game Boy and the SNES when the N64 is coming out. Yeah.
Entire second half, if you ask me.
Yeah, SNES games came out until 2000.
Yeah, Nintendo and Sony have always been good at supporting the old system before everyone's on the new one. I've found.
Yeah, and that's just smart marketing.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I'm 100% for that.
Oh, are we gonna get another one in here? Or did they just leave, like, 3 minutes of blank space?
That's VHS era in a nutshell. It looks like it's just
and then it
darkness.
cuts to static, yeah.
Of course. Yay, no more white noise in my ear. That was actually really annoying.
Okay.
we
we've
gonna
got
get Redford?
we've got 10 more minutes until he's due to show up.
And then he shows up 30 minutes later after that. I'm not sure. We watched most of the important stuff.
Yeah, I'm just shooting him a quick message to ask if he's on this way.
Okie dokie.
Okay. There is one big important title that we haven't checked. One of the big gaming icons of the day, and that is Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah, that was 97 as well. I actually played Tomb Raider in 97, 98. One of those years.
I should actually...
Come to think of it, my friend talked a lot about how big her boobs were.
I think everyone was talking about. I think everyone was talking about.
I didn't really care because I was 7.
Yeah, I think everyone was talking about how big their boobs. I think what happened was some error.
No, it was like a graphical error.
Yeah, some graphical error caused them to look that big, and then they were like, "Fuck it, let's roll with it."
Yeah.
I love it when there's a lore explanation for why a woman's boobs are big.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Dim polygons, man.
3, 2, 1.
This is so weird.
Dans Tomb Raider, vous jouez une héroïne bodybuildée.
Yeah, this is a French presentation.
Aux quatre coins du monde, des tombes à la recherche de trésors perdus. Une 3D à couper le souffle et une caméra intelligente font de ce jeu.
Where's Remy when you need him? This is the opening cinematic?
Yeah, yeah. I actually bought the original Tomb Raider on the PS1 at one point because I was really interested in playing the older games in the series, but I could not get into the control scheme. It did not age well.
It was hard, yeah.
But I think I can get Tomb Raider Anniversary on, like, the PC somewhere, which is basically the first game. Like a remake of the first game. And wow, yeah, those are big. I like her sunglasses.
They're like Morpheus's sunglasses.
Yeah, yeah.
That kind of style. That man, the environmental graphics aren't very good though.
The one place I feel like the PS1 fell down is like texturing and like polygon count for models. Maybe specifically texturing, because I remember there's of course the well-known warbling effect that PS1 textures did. And then, you know, there was a lot of games like MGS, for example, where they didn't really even model their faces.
No.
But in every other aspect, the PS1 was great. Oh.
Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I haven't even heard of this one.
Okay. Let's see.
More French.
Redford sent me a message back. Keep going without me. I have computer on, but the wife still needs my help moving stuff. Okay.
It might be a while.
In that case, let's see.
You want to just start the 2-hour video, or you're gonna wait for Redford for that? I mean, we could take a break and I could get food. Like,
I think we'll just start the 2-hour one.
Okay.
Because that was the plan. We gotta stick to the plan. It's his own fault that he's not here. Well, technically,
Fair
it's
enough.
his wife's fault, but it's his fault for, you know, paying attention to his wife. Like.
yeah, how dare he?
Yeah.
Be a decent husband and do all the important work. Woo! Okay. She's a nice lady, though.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Atronics Multimedia Production.
Oh, yeah, son. Get ready. Los Angeles, 96.
The video.
I love how they actually got a company to do this.
Produced and edited by Joe Cardadella.
Atronics Multimedia, dude. Damn, look at the truck.
That is a...
It's so big. It's like as big as half of the road.
That is a chunky
crazy.
truck, yeah.
Why would you race in that thing?
Because why not?
That reminds me of a friend in Mario Kart. He'd always play heavies. Just so he could bump into people.
Yeah, I was about to say, because you can ram into people.
And then in Double Dash, the best combination was always one heavy and one light character. And DK was always better because in that game, what items you got were based on what place you were in. So the Big Banana was just strictly better than everything else at first place. That's still a Mario Kart I'm the best at.
Never heard of Burning Road, but it's got a nice aesthetic by the looks of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be turning the volume on the video down. There's so much background noise.
Man, remember CRTs?
Yeah.
We over here. I don't think you had this over there in America, but here, because you know TV licenses are a thing. Televisions, CRTs would come with this little box attached to them, and every now and again you'd have to like put like a pound coin in to keep the television running. Because that was basically how you went through paying your TV license.
That's so dumb. I hate it.
Nowadays, we don't have those boxes, and they don't have legal right to come into your house to actually check that you've got TV. So you can just say you don't have TV when you really do, and not pay the TV license.
Wow.
They actually have no legal right to come into your house to check.
That's pretty crazy.
I love the animations on this. Looks like it plays like shit.
This is what all arcade games looked like back in the day, though. Oh, damn. These are all like the third-party fighting games that needed to be made so that good fighting games could be made. Honestly, fighting games is like a really tough genre to make games for, because there's only a few popular ones that destroy all the others. There's like 4 or 5 that I know about.
Power
Slayer. Is that a guy with a katana underwater?
I think it's more like a saber, but yes.
It's an adventure shooter game, I guess. Actually, I like the animations. It's alright. Oh! That's so dumb. Yeah, I like the sprite art for this. It's pretty alright. Of course, everyone's playing Mortal Kombat. MK3, yeah. That game was so unbalanced though, like Goro was just better than all the other characters.
Because he was a boss character, right? That they just let you unlock.
They were like hard to get, I think. But, you know, this is back in the day when fighting games you could just put in a directional cheat and have all the characters from the beginning. Flawless victory.
Oh, well, you can do that nowadays, Evan. It's called buying the season pass.
Oh, man. No. You're just not.
Am I wrong, though?
You are. They're not even remotely similar.
They're similar. You put in certain directions on your controller, and you have all the characters unlocked.
Oh my gosh. Really, dude? Uppercut! What are you doing? Uppercut! What are you doing? Okay, he was actually defending for it, though.
While the Mortal Kombat footage is playing, I'm going to use the bathroom.
Watch it be over in like 2 seconds. Perfect weapon.
standard in alleys. They're all ray traced. That's where we get this beautiful camera.
Well, they were talking about ray tracing back then. Damn. Everybody was so knowledgeable. These days, everybody's like an armchair theorist, including myself in this video.
Characters, 5 grow shaded texture maps of characters. It'll be 60% action, 40% adventure. So, you know, it's a great story. Against 5 moon worlds.
Dead to Rights and those kind of games, where you just kind of run around with your character fighting.
Martial arts champion in the world. So now what happens is he gets captured. Basically, he has to, you know, check this out. So we're gonna have tons of moves like that, multiplayer grapples. Blake will be able to take 2 aliens, slam their heads together. One alien will pick the guy up, the other guy will jump on top of him and pound on his head. So that, you know, the key here is going to be this, you know, this behavioral model that we're developing. So the artificial intelligence is going to be cooperative with all these guys circling around you in real time.
This is just 30 frames a second. What are most video games running on PlayStation?
Most 3D games usually running at 30 frames a second. Action adventure like platform.
Yeah, so they were running at 25 frames compared to 30 for the PlayStation. And now 30 is like the minimum these days for everything. I don't know anything that runs lower than 30 frames per second these days. Everyone and their mom's like, you need to do 60 frames, but I barely notice a difference.
Okay, I'm back.
Did that ant just shoot fire? Badass. Looks easier because you can actually stay on the top and the bottom. Oh no, that's a spider. Never mind. Not an ant.
Yeah. What is this?
I don't even know. They didn't even show the name. But I know the spider can shoot like fire.
That looked like a missile.
Oh, and missiles. That's cool, dude. This looks interesting. It's like a 2D platformer, but it has another dimension to it because you can climb on stuff.
Mm.
It also makes it easier to not fall to your death, which is awesome. Whoa.
I thought my headset came unplugged because the audio stopped.
No, they just stopped the audio.
I can't tell if they're playing as like an actual spider or a spider robot.
Major damage for the Saturn and PlayStation.
Looks like a Metal Slug's knockoff.
Yeah, I love Metal Slug. Those games are amazing. I almost beat them in the arcade. It's like my favorite game to play.
Dude, I know you're tanking the damage with your IE frames or whatever, but like you should still try to shoot the enemies while your iframes are up. Oh,
Tomb Raider was on the Saturn?
Is this Saturn footage?
It said Saturn.
Oh, they must have transitioned from the PlayStation stuff then.
I remember playing it on the PlayStation though. Because I knew people with Saturns, but I never played it until like 2002.
I'm pretty sure it was a PlayStation exclusive.
Well, no, I don't think I've ever played a Saturn game. I played a Dreamcast game. She doesn't have a air gauge, interestingly enough.
I feel like I recognize this area. Is this the part where you can get turned into gold? Because there's like a statue of Midas or something.
I don't know. Never really played much of it.
Yeah, I know that there's a way to die in the first one or whatever. I think it's in the first one. There's a room with a statue of Midas, and if you get onto it, you turn to gold, and that's game over. Which is a fun death to include, like little.
Yeah, these racing games seem to be getting slightly more advanced at this point.
Yeah. Man, do you remember?
The best racing games are the ones where you get to have a battle mode, to be honest. I played this one game, Rush for the Nintendo 64. And it had a battle mode, and it was incredible. Really hard to find these days, though. Nanotech Warrior? Oh, it's an R-type kind of game. Interesting.
Oh, the audio almost came back there. Oh, man. You remember the Tomb Raider nude code?
No. Was there one?
Okay, so back at the time, people were like, "Oh my god, this is a video game character that's a woman and really hot." So there was lots of rumors and myths and playground legends of, oh,
yes,
there's got to be is there a cheat code to make her naked? Because of course. And I think when the second one came out, the developers actually reached out to a magazine and gave them a nude code. But what actually happens when you input that code is Lara just explodes into giblets.
That's hysterical, dude. That's pretty funny.
They did promotional stuff with Lara too. Like I think she was a Playboy girl
totally.
at some point. Yeah.
Totally.
Kind of like that one Final Fantasy director and his obsession with lightning.
Lightning's very meh as a character.
Yeah, she's alright. She can be fun when she's got a good writer behind her, but she's not particularly standout. What is this, Alien vs. Predator? Or were those games all strictly first person?
I don't know. Blast Chamber. I haven't even heard of some of these games. The PlayStation had a boatload of games for it, though. It's a ridiculously high number.
Oh, there goes my dog.
Howling at the moon before its transformation.
I mean, it's the middle of the day, but okay.
He doesn't like racing games. Man, so many mediocre looking games. This one looks interesting. Look how fast it's going.
Like the little chicken walker.
It's so fast. I'm impressed.
Yo, what the fuck? Oh,
honestly, 96 is like the last year before gaming takes a really big change.
Did you see the
where
way
games
it
get
sidesteps,
really,
though?
really good starting in 97.
Did you see the way it sidestepped, though?
Yeah, I like the movement. It's so intense.
Yeah.
Now it's an underwater level. Because starting in 97, games just got way, way better. Really fast.
Scorcher. I think I've heard of this one, and I think I've heard it's shit.
Oh, hey, that's it, man. Machine Head.
I cannot even tell what is happening. Okay, so I think it's like some vehicle you're controlling in first person?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a robot.
It could be, yeah. Crime wave.
Oh my god, this looks shit.
Hulk is Super Mario.
Look at how stiff this feels.
And he doesn't even smash things. Where's the smash?
There you go, Evan. That's your smash.
But he just punched the ground hard. Nothing got smashed. Hulk got a smash. Let me smash.
Oh my god, he looks like a sock'em bopper.
Oh, he's getting his ass.
Or whatever you call the like red and blue robots that just box each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that looked shit.
Yeah.
PS1 apparently had a lot of cockpit games.
It did, yeah. Easy money games. This is before Call of Duty, so you had a lot of different kinds of shooters.
Yeah.
You'll probably get a resurgence of games like this in VR, though.
Oh
Probably
yeah,
has,
yeah. Cockpit games, like, especially early on in the Oculus's lifespan, were super. There was a lot of them. Because when you're playing a game that you're actually sitting down in the game, that already eliminates some of the simulation sickness.
Today, you're going to see not only the world's best
Oh, we're back here.
and most powerful home video game system, but what Mr.
So,
Yamauchi, the president of Nintendo
on the
You want
top.
to skip the Mario part? Or...
is the best
Do you want to?
ever created.
We can. I'm just trying to find where the time thing is. It's like 20... Around 26.
Here we go. Scout and I don't know about all you people, but back
Okay.
Yeah,
I
so
am at 25:02.
Yeah. 26:20 is the next game.
Let me just fast forward.
War Wars.
Okay.
only showing you a very tiny portion of this.
Okay, I'm just going to go back one, just so I can get the very start of it. Okay, so I'm at 26:18. Let me know when you get there.
Yeah, I'm at 26. Yeah, we're good.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
A very tiny portion of this.
There's a lot of good Star Wars games came out around this era.
I didn't like most of them, to be honest. Like, everyone's favorite was... I couldn't even get the game to work, even though I owned it. Rogue Leader or something like that.
The Starfighter game, I think?
Yeah. It wouldn't even let me get inside the spaceship and go to a level for some reason. I think I might have got a bugged copy.
We might be able to see an Imperial Walker. Pretty impressive.
As a bonus support, you can change the views. You have a in the cockpit view, and you can actually have a forward view.
Crossfire in this game is pretty intense.
The movement on the ship is really nice.
It's pretty... The ship looks awful, though.
I mean, the Star Wars designs for ships are kind of nice, but when you gotta dumb them down for PS1 graphics, it can kind of sap some of the coolness that is there.
I'm not really a graphics aficionado. It just has to be playable.
Well, I'm the same, really.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate them, but...
The only time bad graphics explicitly turned me off a game is Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, because it was hard to know where to go? You can just turn the red arrows off.
No, because they're just Lego figures. I hate it. They're poorly aliased Lego figures.
Well, you can mod them out these days if you want to play the original. You can also just play Remake instead if you want. I highly recommend it. I freaking love Remake. Fantastic game that will be considered ahead of its time. What is this?
It's a paraglider game.
It looks like they put all their effort into the things they need to and nothing else, which is nice.
This game, just like Mario and Shadows, you have the ability to control the camera. So I can look down into the water.
Oh, I was like, "Wow, how is this like Mario?" And then they were like, "You have the ability to control the camera."
Yeah, that wasn't a guarantee back in the day when it came to games. Like the camera was a very big aspect of whether the game was good or not.
Yeah.
In fact.
Anyway, in that level, obviously the goal was to fly through all the rings and go over.
And then Sony brought onto the world the Dual Shock.
Besides leaping off the cliff, flying through rings, or flying through other levels, flying through thermals to get over mountains, etc. You also actually
Man, I really do like the DualSense, but apparently it's got like it's very prone to stick drift. Which I find interesting because the Joy-Cons were prone to that too, and I wonder if that has something to do with the HD Rumble, because they've both got that.
Take off from the runway, and you'll notice that there's a blue target on the horizon on the right. And you're supposed to go try and shoot all these targets that are spread throughout the level. Leave it up to shoot in the water. Here we go. Shoot the target.
Oh, they have shooting too, I guess.
Look, you can shoot the water, Evan. That is actually kind of cool.
Again, I think it's pretty clear. You can see far in this game. Again, with this vehicle, you also have.
Come on, man. You could have hit that.
Sometimes you're doing this kind of slalom course, as well as.
The sights are lower than what it shows.
There's also this giant running robot guy who's about.
Like, considerably lower, actually.
A particularly fun level.
I don't know why they bother putting that target on when it's just way off.
I think what's happening is the target shows where it'll hit if you keep stable while you're shooting, but the shots get straight off if you're turning or changing altitude, which basically renders it useless.
Now, what's really cool though is that this is one of the easy levels. There's your target. There are actually levels in this mode where you have to shoot your cannon.
Man, this is so different. It's like you're at the carnival and they're showing you
Yeah.
attraction. Games are so different now. in terms of like the showmanship. It's different. I kind of prefer this, honestly. And I freaking hate like reward ceremonies. Like they're trying to make the games like the Oscars, and that's the opposite. We need to go in the exact opposite direction of that.
Hey, so the audience vote has a 10% sway.
Yeah. So we can pat ourselves on the back for political shit.
Obviously, The Last of Us 2, this very divisive game, deserves to win 5 awards. When no other game wins more than 2.
It's okay, gamers, we've been through this before, we'll win again. Honestly, like, I keep thinking about how, games journalism is and stuff. I wish there was just like, this game has this, and these are all the specs inside the game.
Yeah.
I would rather read like a rundown of it, and then you could just watch
It's called a Wikipedia page, Evan.
No, that's not what I mean. Also, Wikipedia is evil, so don't use Wikipedia.
I'd say use Wikipedia, but don't use it as your only source. Because Wikipedia is good for getting information, because anyone can edit and add to it, so it's always up to date. But also, anyone can edit and add to it, so the information may not always be accurate.
Well, I remember reading that it's actually controlled by like 530-something people that are ideologically driven. So, I guess that's no longer the case.
Oh.
Yeah, basically, I just want a source where I can just read the information about the game, and it's like very like dispassionate, and then I can go watch demonstrations. That's what I would prefer.
Yeah, well, that doesn't get clicks, Evan.
It might, just because it's so different from the top 10 bullshit blog crap that you have to deal with. I hate that. And that's like 90% of game information these days. It sucks. I can't be the only person with this frustration. Wave Race 64. Look how short everyone is. It's hilarious. God, look at that mech. See, it's Hulk smashing things for money. See, the whole game should have just been the Hulk beating up stuff for money.
Yeah.
The 10 out of 10. Hulk smash.
So, there's a game that came out recently. I think either by Sega or some ex-Sega devs, called Balan Wonderworld, and it has a very Knights aesthetic. It gives off a lot of Knights vibes, which got a lot of people, myself included, interested early. Well, they released a demo, and people did not really like it all that much. And you know what? I can definitely see why. So the way the game works, I'm just going on a tangent since this is stuff we've seen already.
Right.
The way it works is, it's sort of like I think Mischief Makers sort of thing, where you pick one of two characters and then you go into levels, and you get these costumes that give you abilities that are tied to the costume. Now here's the thing that makes it a little sucky. Every button on your controller, except for the pause button, every button on your controller does the same thing at all times. Every costume only has one action that gets tied to every button on the controller.
What?
Wow,
that's pathetic.
You have the pause button, you have L1 and R1 for switching between one of 3 costumes that you can carry with you at all times. And each of those costumes only has one action that takes up every button except L1, R1, and the touchpad for pause. So, without a costume, all those buttons, all of them are the jump buttons. You want to know what makes this even dumber, Evan? As you might imagine, this game is a collectathon platformer.
Yes.
But because of the way they've laid out this control scheme, that means depending on what costume you have, you can't jump. Because the costume only has one action. So if that action is, say, attacking something, or shooting a fire breath, that button, that is tied to every button, meaning there is no longer a jump button on your controller. Now you can have 3 costumes on your person at a time, but first of all, the way they handled getting the costumes is fucking stupid as well. Basically, there are these little crystals scattered throughout the level with the costumes in them. And you know, just spread them out a little so the player doesn't have all costumes at all times. That makes sense. They even let you walk back to checkpoints so that you can... They even let you stock the costumes. Excess costumes get sent to checkpoints and you can go to the checkpoint for a changing room. But they added an additional step. To pick up these costume power-ups and add them to your stock, you first need to pick up a key. Why? Just do. Also, you don't have a health meter. Instead, every single hit, even a single hit, no matter what it's from, will take away one of your costumes.
What the fuck is with that controller, damn? Look at it.
So yeah, also, despite all this tedious stuff that you'd think is there to make the game harder, yeah? It was intended to make the game a bit more challenging, so you couldn't just breeze... I barely ran into any enemies in my playtime, except for, like, little tiny ink dots that all I had to do was jump on once and they were dead.
Cool.
So, yeah. I actually didn't even beat the demo. I got bored of the demo and uninstalled it. So that's my review of Balan Wonderworld. Tune in next week on Casual Play Productions when I review Ride to Hell Retribution.
I'll be surprised if he became the video essay guy, to be honest.
I would love
so many of those.
I would love to do it. I just don't have the patience to write scripts or record footage. I like.
Yeah, I just don't like editing. I wouldn't want to do a video essay because it would just be me like complaining, probably.
You mean like you're doing now?
Yeah. This game's pretty intense. I'm gonna go downstairs and grab food. Let's see if there's anything important coming up. No, okay. I'll be right back. In like 2 minutes.
I bet you $5 this is when Redford joins the call. And then we have to pause the video because we don't want to keep going with that one. But we have to stop it so we can sync it up with Redford. Because that's 100% the sort of thing that would and could and very well might happen, knowing my luck. What the fuck is this? This kind of gives me vibes of one of those, like, comedy shooters, if you want to call them that, like Prometheus. Actually, no. It's kind of giving me more of a Contra vibe, now that I think about it. This isn't Contra, is it? No, because that's about, like, fighting out and stuff. No, that's not what it is. The animation's a bit stiff, but it looks like it plays really good. Well, barely good. This is probably like early footage. Oh fuck yeah, Sega! This is my jam! Except, you know, there were no Sonic games on the Saturn. And Yakuza. I don't think Yakuza was a thing until the PS2. And they don't own Atlas yet. But you know, they were still a first-party developer. They were probably making cool things. Like... the character design really reminds me of, like, what's it? Quest 64 or something? Oh, Virtua Fighter. Kids. Because in the 90s, for some reason, there was just a phase where every franchise got, like, a version where the characters were all kids. I don't know where that trend came from. I don't know why it existed. I'm kind of glad it doesn't exist anymore. Hopefully Evan doesn't take long because I do not feel like I can ramble for about nothing for an indefinite amount of time. But when it comes to saying anything worth any actual meaning, you know, doing that on my own at a consistent, at a regular rate, good. Oh,
I love the little big heads.
yeah, you just
in DK mode and GoldenEye.
yeah, you just missed footage of Virtua Fighter Kids.
Is that what that was?
Yes. What was with the 90s and just making a kids version of every franchise ever? Like, you had the Flintstones kids, you had Scooby-Doo kids, you had fucking Tom and Jerry kids. Like, what was with that? Where did that trend even come from?
I don't know. I guess. More kids watching TV. There's a lot of marketing to kids.
Yeah, the 90s was really weird about that. Like, making bloody, gory series like Aliens and Mortal Kombat into children's television cartoons. Because that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't really know why.
I think the impression was kids is the demographic that makes most money, so make a kid-centric version of everything.
I think so.
That's the only logic that I can think of that makes sense. And this is obviously Virtua Cop. Sega seemingly very much like the idea of putting Virtua in their titles back in the day. And you know what? I don't blame them. Virtua is a cool word. How far are we into this? Yeah, I don't think we should count on Redford showing up.
Yep. Even though it's because he's green.
Well, he said he has his computer on. He's just still helping Sarah move her shit. I never actually got to play a video game with a light gun.
Huh.
Well, because, like, arcade machines were before my time, and when it came to, like, light gun accessories, there were so few games that used them that it was almost no point in buying them.
Yep.
Not to mention, I grew up in a town where people didn't know what Zelda was. Zelda or Metroid. Like, they only knew the extremely mainstream games. Wow, look at this thrilling sports action.
Dude, he isn't even shooting. What's he doing?
Do you see the way they all hoarded around the basket?
As far as I'm concerned, the best NBA game of all time has already been made. NBA Street Volume 2.
Okay, are these penalty shots, or are they literally just standing there?
No, he did a penalty shot.
Okay. I don't know sports, so I don't know if basketball had penalty shots.
You don't know, basketball's super easy to know all the rules. I think they've added more lately, though, so maybe...
Wow, that was a very thrilling...
Because back in the 90s, basketball could get really rough.
Yeah. Look at this American football. They should try play rugby. Seriously though, don't play rugby. Rugby is a rough sport. You're probably gonna break something. I don't know why
I'm sad I never got to play rugby.
You're a masochist, Devin.
You're just a nerd who never played sports. Nerd!
No, I've played sports. I like chess.
Chess doesn't count.
They classify it as a sport. I don't know why they classify it as a sport, but they do.
Should be a physical sport.
You know, now that esports are a thing, chess should be lumped in with that. Like, I know it's not electronic, but lumping chess in with esports makes more sense than lumping it in with basketball and rugby.
Agreed.
The flippers are up here, kind of like a trigger. It actually fits really nice in the hand.
That does not look like it fits nicely in the hand.
Honestly, other than the kind of circular design, I really like how it's set up. The triggers are rotated nicely. I like how it has 6 buttons. It'd be really good to use for an emulator. Because typically 4 buttons isn't enough for an emulator, and you want to have like a save and a load button.
Yep.
Just really quickly.
getting a good score in Knights is really fucking hard, but just playing around is really fun. Like, they made it feel really good. The boss fights all work a little differently. The way this one works, in case you've never seen the game before, Evan, I don't think you have, is basically you have to throw this fat lady into the walls to break them, to keep throwing her along the hallway, until you reach the end of the hallway, and that ends the boss fight.
Wow. She isn't fighting back, though.
No, she just bounces around, and if you hit her without grabbing her, it hurts you. It takes time away. It doesn't hurt you.
She's too fat to fight back.
Yeah. Like, you don't have a health bar in Knights. You just have a time meter.
Right. I was a Japanese kid.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
What's the percentage meter at the bottom?
Is he even trying to There you go!
You're not supposed to try to swing at everything in baseball, dude. He was throwing balls.
Yeah, but you're supposed to hit the ball, right?
Yeah, ultimately, but you can also get a walk. We really need to get you to watch some sports anime.
I'd rather not.
They're amazing, though. Like, it's like sports, but you get a personal stake in it. It's awesome. It's also typically positive and makes you want to be a better person. I love it.
Virtua Fighter 3 partial footage. Yo! Look at that muscle animation.
Creepy.
Yo, tech demos are such fever dreams. I love them.
They are. Especially back then.
Also, yes, the entirely chromatic creations. AKA, how to put a nude woman in your game without it getting censored.
Yeah. More Virtua Fighter stuff. Actually, I played Virtua Fighter. I played that shit. I just remember one of my friends getting really mad at another friend because he would just pick the easiest to use, most cheap character, and then just play them.
Oh, he was that guy, huh?
Yep.
Yo, I love that dude's jacket.
Virtua Fighter has some pretty good designs.
Not as much of a fan of his hair, though.
He's a biker dude. This is what it looks like.
Man, this demo really loves zooming in on people's faces.
Yeah.
Oh, here's some footage of a game called Mr. Bones. I'm guessing this didn't take off. It looks like it had some good ideas, though. Oh, I love this idea for a boss fight. At least I assume that's what it is.
The animation on the shadows is really cool.
It looks like a game that has some good ideas, but awful presentation. Oh my god, Sonic Extreme!
Extreme!
Ah, the cancelled Sonic game.
It was canceled?
Yes, this is a Sonic game that never came out. This is this is the game that they decided wasn't good enough to release.
Unlike half the other games in the franchise.
Unlike Sonic 2006, yes. Or Sonic Boom.
Looks interesting, honestly.
Yeah. I think it wasn't actually the quality of the game that got it canceled. I think what happened was they just couldn't decide on direction for certain stuff, and it kept getting redone and getting stuck in development hell. And by the time they actually got around to making progress, they wanted to abandon the Saturn, so they were just like, fuck it.
Sounds about right. That's a bit sad. I mean, I've only ever played like one Sonic game that I like, though.
But hey, at least we still got a Sonic game on the Saturn. Sonic R, everyone's favorite Sonic game.
I can't tell if that's sarcasm or not.
It is sarcasm.
Okay. You know what would be a fun YouTube video series?
What?
Can you tell if this is sarcasm or not challenge?
Can you tell if this artistic person is being sarcastic?
Seriously, dude, you could do a whole series on it. I bet it would blow your channel up, too.
Oh, you know what I'd be really good at? You know those games where is he tell 3 truths and a lie?
Oh shit, it's Dragon Force. Wow, that game looks crazy. What are they even doing? Is it a fighter or a strategy game?
I think they're just showing off. If it's between fighter and strategy, though, it's definitely strategy.
Well, why is there a timer at the top, though?
Real-time strategy. Duh. Oh my god. Netlink. This is when console manufacturers were starting to experiment with the possibility of online gaming.
I don't remember there being any online games until early 2000s, and even then they were a pain in the ass to get working.
The Dreamcast had Phantasy Star Online.
Yeah.
The Dreamcast even had DLC for some games.
Like, the Dreamcast was way ahead of its time. In a lot of ways.
Unfortunately, it was competing against the PlayStation and the N64.
Yeah. It did well in Japan.
Yep. Poor Dreamcast.
I love how the first thing on Dragon Force is Dragon Force is an advanced Dragon Slayer ability from Fairy Tail. I'm like, no, I want the game. I like the graphics for this game.
Let's see. Off the top of my head, there's obviously the fact that the Dreamcast went up against the PlayStation and N64. Then there's the fact that Sega basically abandoned the Saturn midway through its life cycle, which probably lost them a lot of faith, both from consumers and investors, who are like, why would we pay for this thing if there's a chance you're just going to abandon it again like you did with Saturn? Which, you know, that's one of those situations where it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy, almost.
So, Dragon Force was for the Sega and Saturn. Did they get a PlayStation release?
I cannot fight with an empty stomach.
Sega Wiki. I'm gonna look into this game later. Man, who's this guy?
Aladdin.
He looked like he's come off the plantation, cutting down like wheat or something, and now he's ready for blood.
I was gonna say it looks like he walked out of Agrabah.
Yeah. It does kind of look like an Aladdin game.
Virtua on. Oh, no, there's an L this time. There's an L. I think I've heard about this game.
Have you ever played Custom Robo? The best robot game ever?
I've heard about it.
You'd love it. It's like, imagine if it was Yu-Gi-Oh! Except fighting robots. And the game had a super campy comedy plot. And you can beat in like 10 hours.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Sounds fun
so
to me,
fun.
but I just don't think I have the right brain. The right kind of brain for deck building.
I'm sure you'd be really good at it.
Oh, look at the little joysticks he's got.
Yeah. You had like arcade games with those cool little Griffon? I think it's a it's like a quarter second, but we're just barely able to read it.
Ooh, that guitar riff.
Strategy game. Oh, it's a mech game. That makes me wonder, I wonder if there's any good old Gundam games that are like, or like a Votoms, you're inside the mech shooting things on missions. I wonder if there's anything good like that.
Oh my god, I love the sound effect for turning night vision on and off. Or like the radar, whatever the fuck that is.
AWGX. I can only think of Xenosaga when I see that. The eggs! And they kept changing the name every game, which was really annoying. But they kept getting better mech, so they changed the acronym for the mech.
I'll be right back.
So he actually has 4 weapons, that's nice. It's weird that one of them has a bar, and then the others, they have numbers associated with them. I wonder what's up with that. For that tank, dope. King Griffith Jr.
You've got all their stats. Also, one of the other things is, depending upon who the pitcher is, there's 3 pitches that will be able to shoot from. Not just fast curve, right-handed slider, something like that. They're indicative to what that particular pitcher's strength is. And each pitcher you want to use, you can actually look at what are his 3 strong pitches that he'll be able to throw.
I think that's twice this week where I've gone up to use the bathroom in the middle of a session or a recording, and as soon as I reach my door, someone knocks on it, I open it, and there they are, standing with my dinner.
What? Somebody...
Like, if I'd gotten up a few minutes earlier, I could have saved them the trip up.
Ward of the state gets dinner delivered to him. Honestly, if I had extra money, I would probably pay for that. So, I mean...
Also, a package just arrived.
What is it?
Well, if I can open this Amazon package. Oh, okay, we've got a steelbook case here.
Back when the Raiders were really good.
Okay, so I'm gonna read to you the buzzwords on the back of the box, and I'm gonna see if you can guess what it is, Evan.
Okay.
A colorful world filled with Mario fun. Run, jump, and climb through all kinds of exciting levels, solo or with friends.
I think it's Mario.
Yeah?
Which one, though?
Glide through the air. A balanced all-rounder. Leaps up to great heights. Dashes at high speed. Amiibo.
Oh, is it Mario 3D Land?
Yeah,
like
and
that?
Bowser's furry.
Nice. Mario 3D Land.
And Bowser's a furry.
Yeah. Apparently. That's pretty fun.
Also, you get to go Super Saiyan Cat Mario.
Yes. He made a live 90s.
Like, they literally give his cat suit Super Saiyan hair.
Yeah. Every time I see a sports game now, I just think of how they have microtransactions now.
Yeah.
Everyone I know who plays sports games now just plays the best teams on it. And then just like adds better people.
And
I
you know
like
what?
games where you can just make your own super team. Those are way more fun.
And you know what makes that worse, Evan?
What?
One of the complaining points that have been with sports games for a long time, even before loot boxes, and that is, a new one comes out every year. So all that money you plunged into this thing, you gotta do it all over again.
Honestly, you just get the best one from the last 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, well, video game companies gotta target those whales.
Yeah. It's like movie games. You know, you're gonna get a crappy movie game. Some movie games are good. I just can't think of any off the top of my head.
Most of the Harry Potter games are good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've never played any. I just want to be Hufflepuff. Like, that's like
They're
half
kind
the
of
reason
like,
I play Harry Potter games.
they kind of take like a sort of Zelda approach. Where you get spells as you progress and you use those to solve puzzles.
Can I just get Avada Kedavra, which is a really stupid, unbalanced spell that shouldn't exist?
Yeah.
It's like, why use any other melee spell when you have Avada Kedavra?
And that's why fights in Harry Potter are boring.
And then in another problem that I have is that Avada Kedavra, like, it hurts your soul to use it, right? But then if you kill anybody with another spell, it doesn't do anything. It's like, well, okay, dude. Well, what if I just make rock
the main
salt?
problem?
Then my soul isn't damaged.
The main problem with Harry Potter, one of the big problems in Harry Potter is it's very fluid, and there's a lot of things you could do with magic in Harry Potter. Mm-hmm. But there are a few spells that just are the only spells anyone ever uses in a fight, so it makes the fights boring.
Well, I mean, J.K. Rowling wrote it to be a school thing anyway. It's a school adventure thing. And that's why it's so popular. That, and you know, oh, I'm the 11-year-old kid living under the stairs. Appealed to a lot of book readers at the time.
Yeah, I remember when I slept under the stairs.
You're the exact opposite of Harry Potter, though. Like,
I'm Dudley.
You're Dudley.
I'm a Dudley who didn't let all the spoiling go to my head.
Well, you did become a bully because of it. I think it did go to your head, though.
As much.
Yeah. Now I'm just picturing you as Dudley.
I did stab someone with a pencil when I was younger.
I did in high school, but it was, I think it was reactive. I don't exactly remember. I still have the graphite in my hand for it.
Wait, were you the person getting stabbed or doing the stabbing?
No, well, I don't know who stabbed first, but then it was like I don't remember if I
Because I was the
No, I
person
think he
doing
stabbed
the
me
stabbing.
first, and then I stabbed him, and then he stabbed me back.
Because I was the one doing the stabbing.
Okay, I believe you. If it turns out you're a serial killer, I'm gonna laugh.
Like, I actually had a
You couldn't
short...
be a serial killer, though. You have too much anxiety to be a serial killer.
Like, I used to have a short fuse as a kid. And now I don't get angry.
Surprising.
And now I don't
That's
get
really
angry at
surprising.
anything.
Except for, like, really random shit.
Yeah, well, maybe you can blame autism for that. Maybe it's just me.
I blame
being
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Cunt waffle.
I love colorful insults like that better. You know what insult isn't used nearly often enough, and I think it's a beautiful insult?
Claude?
It can be used in place of words you can't say on the internet. Ratchet. I love ratchet as an insult.
Isn't
that
Isn't that a slur in some country?
I don't know. 3D
Well,
baseball.
this video got demonetized. I was about to call it a movie. You know what would be the most precious thing ever?
What?
You know how old people sometimes call modern tech different things? Like they'll call all video game consoles a Nintendo or, you know, something like that?
Yes.
If they called YouTube videos movies. Oh, I watched this online movie with a little squirrel in it.
Well, they call it the YouTube, as far as I know. I mean, no, old people know about YouTube and Facebook. And that's why both platforms suck now. Although I use YouTube way too much. I actually should cut my YouTube time down. How dare you be a bad influence on me? All these baseball games look pretty similar, except for this one.
Well, I mean, it's baseball. What are you going to do with it?
You'd be surprised. Super Mario Super Strikers. Actually, I think I barely played the baseball Mario one.
Oh my
You know
god.
what's the best Mario
Did you see
sports
that
game?
dude get
Mario
raptured?
Tennis. Have you ever played Mario Tennis? That game is super fun.
I've been curious about getting the one for the Switch.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good. It adds like a lot of depth to it. I had a friend who was singing praises about it, and it has an online mode. Speaking of which, I think Mario Tennis came out in either 97 or 98, because I remember I had it. And I would play as Waluigi even before he was cool, because he had such a long reach, and he was also, I think he was also a tricky character. And tricky characters in Mario Tennis are very special, because you're allowed to be less good at the game when you play them.
Give Waluigi love outside the party games, Nintendo. You know everyone wants it, you fucking cowards.
I also want to play Luigi, where Luigi is a sheriff in the Wild West. I want to play it.
I just want to see Peach, and I just want it to be Peach in a purple dress with Waluigi's mustache.
I don't think Peach would be her name, though. What would be Peach's name?
Apple?
No. Watermelonisha? What's that from? That's from some comedy sketch. Bomniqua? No, it's from it's like top 100, or it's top 50 or top 100 black girl names. And like the top one was like Heather. It was pretty funny. It's these two black kids. Watermelonisha. Bomniqua. Dark Rift.
Man, I'm gonna have runs tonight. Mom brought home
Right.
a bucket of KFC.
What kind of bucket?
10-piece.
You got your own 10-piece bucket? Seriously?
No, well, we share it among the family, Evan. We're not savages.
Okay. I was about to say. I like KFC. I think their batter tastes better, but I prefer Popeyes because you get more chicken. And their sides are better.
But yeah. If I have KFC more than one day in a row, it usually gives me the runs.
That makes sense. Somebody.
I wish I could have the actual original recipe, the chicken though, because they call this original recipe, but apparently they don't do it right because back when he was still alive, occasionally Sanders would go around to KFC restaurants, hop over the counter and be like, okay, let me show you how to do it properly. And I just want, because apparently they don't even use all the spices that he used.
Huh. Well, no, isn't the recipe like super secret? Like, super
Yeah, they keep
special,
it
awesome
secret, but they still, apparently, allegedly, they still don't do the full proper recipe that he did. They cut it. They cut it back because of cost reasons.
Interesting.
So I really want to know what that original, actual, proper recipe tastes like.
I wonder if there's a place you can go to have it.
I couldn't even tell what he was getting shot by. Okay, this is some version of Turok, I think. Evan is searching something up.
I'm talking to DDM, telling them how to.
Beyond the Beyond.
Oh, looks like an RPG. Oh, that looks like Dragon Quest. I love how I can tell immediately just by looking at the top left. Oh, it's not though. I don't, or maybe it is. I haven't played any of the older Dragon Quest.
It's probably
most of them are
Dragon
just
Quest
boring dungeon
inspired.
crawls. I should play Select Dragon Quest though, like 8.
Now you've got to complete this. One of those little, remember those puzzles? Yeah. You got to complete it to go on in the game.
I think this switch
Oh,
port.
Wipeout. I
Oh
actually
yeah,
played those. Those are cool.
I think this Switch port of 3D World is actually the first proper Mario platformer game I've bought.
Period.
I think I had one of the new Super Mario games on the DS, but I think that was like bought for me, and I didn't even beat it. So yeah, basically. Kenka.
Legacy of Kain. Popular game. I actually hear the plot's really good.
Yeah, I believe in the first one you basically play as the bad guy.
Oh, you get different forms? That's cool.
Well, I mean, yeah. You're a vampire, and actually, if you look into mythology, vampires can turn into more than just bats.
Yep. I know. It's like that in D&D as well. Speaking of D&D, got that in a couple hours. Should be good. My character's literally like an Arnold Schwarzenegger ripoff, and it's super fun. Last session, I dropped a 2 million pound hunk of metal into an ocean and caused shenanigans. Pandemonium. Wow, this platformer looks really crazy.
Yo, you playing as a jester or something?
Looks like it. And this guy is failing horribly.
That or the controls are awful.
Bro, that's when you know you've lost a race. I accidentally go wrong way pretty often. Or when you get blasted and turned around in Mario Kart, and it's like, shit, now I'm going the wrong way.
I think it said King of Fighters.
Yeah. It's not Street Fighter, so...
Oh yeah, that's the, yeah, because I recognize that chick with the fan. She's the one that they couldn't include as a background reference in the Ultimate, Smash Ultimate. Because,
right.
Smash Brothers is a game for good little boys and girls.
Meanwhile, Sephiroth goes shirtless, and that's totally okay.
Meanwhile, Bayonetta is in the game.
Yeah. Enough said.
The true story is that Sakurai wanted to have that ninja girl in the game as a playable character, but SNK was like, said, no, you must have Terry, and then Sakurai's like, fine, then I won't even include her as a reference. Fuck you.
That'd be funny if it was actually true. This is so bizarre to watch.
Oh hey, it's that one torture porn fighter that never got released.
Man. So,
I think?
I'm just remembering in Soul Calibur 2, when we eventually get there, I had a very specific strategy I would use with Link that beat me like 80% of the game. It's pretty funny.
You mean Spawn, right?
No. I had it for the GameCube. So I had a GameCube.
GameCube? What is this? Is it like a PlayStation 2?
The GameCube was amazing. In its day.
Wait, did I see Win a Caribbean Cruise?
I think I did, yeah.
So basically, if someone beats this demo at this E3, they get a Caribbean Cruise.
I think they get entered.
Man, Dark Souls players would have loved that.
I wonder if I'm ever gonna play Dark Souls. I don't know, if I could beat throwing a ball, I could probably beat most games. I beat Out of This World as well. That game was really freaking hard.
But Evan, Dark Souls is like the hardest game. That's why you've got to compare every other hard game to it, even if it's not the same genre.
Isn't Ninja Gaiden the hardest game, I thought?
Yeah, but Dark Souls is harder.
Then why can people speedrun it and like really...
Evan, I'm being sarcastic and making a joke.
Oh, okay. Harderer. Harderer should be a word.
Yeah, that should have tipped you off.
The way Crash jumps is really unique. Like, he flies kind of almost off the screen sometimes. Ooga booga!
It feels really weird compared to other platformers jumps too. Like, it's got an odd weight to it, but not in a way that makes it feel stiff.
It has plenty of hang time, and he does a somersault. His back just kind of flies in the air.
Also, yeah, this is the level that's in Uncharted 4. I should play it.
This looks pretty decent. Looks actually like a plane.
I'm kind of interested in Crash 4, but I've heard unlocking everything is a pain in the ass and fuck that jazz. Like, I really love the aesthetic though, but...
You could get it with a full save file. You just screw around.
Yeah.
So of course have the lasers, the weapons, the bombs. Very early version, all we have is these lasers right now.
Oh, by the way, Evan. You asked, and, Honey Pop 2? I'd say it's definitely a step up from the original.
In terms of gameplay?
Yeah.
Cool.
And in terms
I
of
didn't even
girls...
play the first one. I just saw like a meme compilation of the game, and it seemed really funny.
And in terms of the, girl designs, like the first one, you can unlock different hairstyles and outfits. So if it's just the outfits that you think are over-designed, you can swap those out.
A lot of girls look like they're overly tan, overly make-up LA girls, and I think that's really unattractive.
Yeah. Well, the game has a very tongue-in-cheek sense of humor, so a lot of the girls are based around specific stereotypes.
For sure.
And,
the girls were
and
more
so,
normal-ish
unsurprisingly, a lot of stereotypes involving women involve a lot of makeup.
Yeah. Well, because it's generally true.
I think that's
Honey Pop 3. Stereotypes exist for a reason.
Fuck off, Evan. I would like to note that the thoughts and opinions of Evan are not the thoughts and opinions of Casual Pleb Productions.
Yeah, you can
Please
put in
direct all
disclaimer
criticism shown in MC at youtube.com.
Yeah, if you want opinions that the cool kids have, you can come to my channel. I'll have to think about what I play for YouTube next.
Once we do these E3 rewinds, we should probably get back into Yakuza because...
Yeah.
You know...
Well, Redford will have moved by then, so it'll be easier.
Yeah.
And I'll be working, so it'll be a lot easier to do. Analog flight stick. Cool. Extreme!
I don't know why, but that immediately made me think about Homer trying to jump over the Springfield Gorge.
I don't like the handling of this game. I mean, I know this guy isn't very good at it, but...
It looks like it'd be alright if the geometry weren't so jagged.
Yeah.
But it is. So... yeah. And I should probably put this game on watching this in case it needs any updates. Nintendo games usually don't need day one updates, but it can never be too good. Oh my fucking god, Bubsy.
Bubsy?
Bubsy the Bobcat.
Never heard of it.
He is very infamous, Evan.
Why?
For every game he's ever been in being terrible.
Oh.
Like, see what you're seeing right here? That's what the final game looks like.
Wow.
So if you were gonna cut it some slack for being like E3 like demo footage, don't. That is actually just what the final game looks like.
Yikes.
Ooh, Star Gladiator. That's cool, man. Is this that Star Wars fighting game?
No.
Oh, okay. I know there was like a Star Wars fighting game for some fucking reason.
Really?
Yeah. Or at least a good chunk of the roster had Star Wars characters.
Attack. If you have a double circlet, typically you have really fast combos, so I'm not sure why he's not using it.
You recognize this one?
No, it's just the characters who have two ringlet weapons tend to be really, really good jugglers that can do crazy combos and keep you in the air. What is this? Caveman poorly trying to attack another caveman?
I believe this is an early representation of simulation games. You see, simulation games actually travel in real time, so they had to create one in the set in the prehistoric era first. Sorry, I have... Okay, that's that updated.
Oh, Aeon Flux. I've actually heard of this game. Miss.
Oh, Marvel superheroes. The precursor to Marvel vs.
Great
Capcom.
arcade game.
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I think, is the most popular one. That game is fantastic.
I thought it was 3 that was the most popular.
No. 3's the newer one. 3's pretty good, but 2 is I think the most popular, if I remember correctly.
I think we can all agree, though, that Infinite, the latest one, is the worst one.
I was really good with Spider-Man. In 2, I think it was.
I don't have the mindset to learn combos, but I did get MCV free at some point, and just... Some characters actually do just feel really good for button mashers like myself. Like, Dante feels really good.
Yeah. Pretty cool that he got to be in it, too.
Now, put Dante in Smash so that Bayonetta and Dante can fight. Please, Nintendo, I beg you.
Yeah, everybody wants Dante. And then half the fan base is going to be like, another sword user! And then they can return to whence they came, for all I care. I mean, honestly, I've yet to find a single character who handles well in that game. There's something about the way characters move and the timing of their attacks.
I mean, they handle well. I think it just doesn't jive with you.
Yeah, I mean, the movement's wrong. The timing is off between when you press the button and what you would expect. It's very weird. I've yet to find a character that jives with me.
Did you try Sephiroth when it came out?
Yes.
He's got a very...
He's fun.
He feels like one of those characters that's gonna be tricky to get into, but if you master him, he's fucking broken.
Yeah, I mean, the moves that you think would be good for him aren't the ones you would expect. And he's a very interesting character. It seems like they tried to balance him too hard, though, compared to, like, Joker or someone else. Who's just, like, really overpowered. Last core again. It's literally just, like, a crane destroying shit.
Here are my
Very
scissors.
simple game. Like, imagine an Incredible Hulk game where you just, like, destroyed shit and you got money. That would be fun.
Here are my
You know, that reminds me. I heard what was the new Spider-Man game for the PS4?
Miles
I heard that was
Morales?
really good. Yeah, I heard it was really good, and that I should play it.
Yeah, apparently it even makes good use of the DualSense as well. With the adaptive triggers. Which, by the way, the adaptive triggers, it's one of those things you have to experience to really get the full scope of it, but they're fucking amazing.
Oh, Killer Instinct. Fighting game I actually know about.
Oh my fucking god. So, I have weak muscles in my wrists. Probably because of the dyspraxia, the hypertonia, something, whatever. So, I need a pair of scissors most of the time to open these big packets of sweets. Because for some reason they refuse to include proper, tear tops. I must have cut just an inch or two too high on this packet of mini eggs so that it was still technically sealed.
I think it's a sign that you gotta not eat the sweets.
Too late, I've already opened them.
Human technology has worsened this man's life. Oh, it's Suikoden! I know Suikoden. I'm actually gonna play these on my channel.
Yeah. Once in 20 years from now, when I finish my Final Fantasy marathon, I might do a Suikoden one. Because I'm curious about the series.
There's like a million games I'm gonna play for the PlayStation, since I didn't have a PlayStation growing up.
Yo, what the fuck is this?
I don't know.
I mean, I know it's Contra.
My mellow.
I know it's Contra, but what the fuck is this boss? Does it have a face?
Pretty easy, honestly. Freak Boy.
That is one of the goofiest walk cycles I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's so
they made him move his arms as if he was walking with feet, but the movements of his arm aren't fast enough to match his actual movement speed. So it just looks really dumb. When do we get to Wii Sports? Wii Sports was a great game.
It was pretty fun. I like the tennis.
Oh, more Crash Bandicoot.
This game was huge.
So, Evan, have you seen Tana's redesign in the fourth game?
Who?
Tana. Crash's girlfriend?
Oh. Did they nerf her?
Well, basically, they made a version of her from another dimension where Crash and Coco are dead.
Oh.
Like, they straight up, from what I understand, they straight up say they're dead.
Okay.
But yeah, they made her more punk.
Oh, dude. Twisted Metal 2. That's awesome. Also, Punk. Weird choice. Especially in 2020. I thought Punk is dead.
I like the aesthetic.
Like, Punk is
I like the
90s
punk
movement,
aesthetic,
isn't
at
it?
least in terms of outfits. Hairstyles, not so much. Like, I like the
hairstyle
part
is
of... I like the part of the hairstyles in that... I like punk hairstyles in that they have nice highlight combinations, but in terms of the actual, formation of the hair, like a lot of the time they go for the partial shaved look or the swept
Spiky.
over look, and I just don't like those kinds of hairstyles.
Yeah, it's super ugly. I don't like the hair coloring either, or the nose rings. Like, nose rings always look bad. I don't care who they're on. Like, even if it's on a really attractive person, just no. Nose rings are always a negative. You know what's also weird? Big hoop earrings. I've never understood.
Like, they're okay on an aesthetic level, but
yeah, I just don't get them.
Yeah, they're kind of a bit loud for my tastes.
It just looks like it'd be uncomfortable to have it weighing down the ear.
Yeah, that's
just from a practical perspective. Beyond the beyond. Are you beyond the beyond, Shaden?
I am beyond the beyond the beyond.
Okay, so you were never beyond in the first place. Got it. It's all good. This
is the game you thought was Dragon Quest, by the way.
It looks like Dragon Quest.
Aquanaut's Holiday.
Deep space, deep sea exploration.
Looks
There's
like
not enough
it.
video games that happen deep underwater.
Yeah, because water levels are shit. And video game companies misinterpret everything gamers say. So obviously, since water levels are shit in games that aren't built for them, whole games that are just water, no, not gonna work.
You know what's worse than the water level, though? 100% of the time?
Sewer
levels. Sewer levels are the fucking worst in every game. Sewer levels are just garbage.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's where your shit goes. Oh my god, I love this butt rock.
Time to spread democracy. Wait, we're not in that area yet. Well, actually we are. Ever since forever. Cue Team America music. There's too much shit on the little screen there. It's distracting. Carnage Heart.
This looks like a trippy game.
Get your ass to my ass. Is that Jupiter in the background?
Huh?
Looks like Jupiter's in the background. Oh, important question. What should our fairy tale ship, pirate ship, be named?
The Jumping Jumbo.
That's pretty good, actually.
Toe Ball. What is that dude's hair? I'm very fixated on hair today.
Yeah. 90s hair, though. That's probably why. 90s hair was weird. Not as weird as 80s hair, though. Are you too extreme, Shaden?
No.
When did Tony Hawk's Pro Skater come out? That's the one...
I think it came out either PS2 or very late PS1.
I think it came out 2 or 3 years ago. 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 2 or 3 years ago.
Wow.
And I forget
this
my
is
mom trying
so
to play that
extreme,
game.
Evan. I can barely handle it.
The we will rock you. Illegal procedure? What? Where? Everyone knows college football is more fun to watch because when people get crushed in college football, it's more dramatic, and you have more dramatic comebacks, and there's more scoring because defenses aren't as good.
Oh fuck! I dropped.
Did you drop your eggs?
Yes, I dropped all my eggs.
Are they the chocolate eggs?
Cadbury mini eggs, yeah. They're not the cream ones. The cream ones are different.
I have those during Easter, like maybe once every year or two. That's it.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this Doctor Who shit?
This has all the makings of a classic confrontation.
Why do I recognize that logo?
I don't. It's a cool name, though. Honestly, I'm kind of expecting there to be a ton of indie developers, and that's going to be the future of gaming.
I think the AAA industry may be able to just barely survive if they adopt the concept of AA games more. Because there's been a few examples of that have been really fucking good, like Hellblade. Why are F1 commentators always British?
I don't know.
Like, anytime you see an F1 game, the commentator is always British, right?
There was definitely contact between the two cars. Look at that! Remarkable!
I don't know why.
Look how hard he's trying! Oh, Ghouls and Ghosts, I think.
It says Lemmingland?
No, or... Oh. I didn't see. I was entirely off the mark then.
You should do British voiceovers for racing games now.
I do think I am quite adept at doing a sort of British accent, yes.
Indeed.
In fact, I'm better, ironically, at doing a British accent than I am at doing an Irish accent, despite being Irish.
Race traitor. And before you're forced to learn the language.
I don't actually know anyone here, living here, who actually speaks Irish. Let alone it's like their first language.
Weird. Well, you know what that means. It means you lost. Well, at least English is the language you speak. That's definitely an advantage.
Just finished the mini egg, so now I can speak without having to worry about my mouth getting spit everywhere. Oh my god, what is this? I can't read it. I know I had this on PC and I recognize it.
I can't, the quality's too low to be able to read it. Something touch?
Blast it! This game will remember forgotten to me.
Destruction Derby. I think I actually played this.
All I remember about that game is if you went off track far enough, you'd be returned to it by a pterodactyl.
Virgin made video games? Man.
I think you made that same realization last E3.
Which puts you in the heart of the action.
Well, I'm gonna make it again, I guess.
You'll have maximum gameplay control. More excitement than any other game in its category. NHL Power Play 96 captures the true essence of professional hockey, as only Virgin Interactive Entertainment could bring you. For Windows 95.
Rangers penalty to number 11, Mark Messier.
The Sony
Remember when the Windows logo had color in it?
Yes.
And Sega Saturn.
Remember 90s screensavers? No, you probably never had them.
The ones that are animated are like the flying toasters.
That'll blow you away.
They're cool,
It's the
yeah.
only game with motion captured players in a 3D environment. You'll experience seasons
See,
and
Evan,
playoffs with real
I
NHL
know
teams
my
and
history.
NHLPA players. And it's the only game with ready-to-play World Tournament mode, including international competition. And coming soon, Grand Slam 96. We're talking about putting you on the plate in a 3D environment based on real professional stadiums. For the first time, you'll play ball with a point of view from behind the fielder for unprecedented realism. And have total control over the speed and accuracy of each pitch, the strength and timing of each.
But you have to get the timing right, so you don't have total control.
That reflects real play calling tendencies.
But you control the timing, Evan, so you do have total control. Total control of fuck up.
Baseball like never before. Coming soon for Windows 95, the Sony PlayStation, and Sega Saturn. The Virgin Interactive Entertainment Sports Series.
Die Hard.
It was a trilogy back then. Every time I think of Die Hard, I just think about the fact that Bruce Willis is apparently a real dick in real life.
I've heard the same thing about the Fast and Furious guy. What's his name?
Which guy?
The
There's
bald
a lot
one.
of guys in Fast and Furious. Oh, Vin Diesel.
Yeah, him.
I've heard the opposite.
Or at the very least, I've heard he can be a real creep sometimes. I imagine
Really?
if he's a good, if people say good things about him in social interaction, I imagine it's like unintentional. But there's this one interview I saw. I'll show it to you later, though.
Yes!
What?
Oh,
Wait, Stanley?
Maybe it's not the same Stanley. Well, that was interesting.
Okay, so that's the video? Yeah, that's the video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna put on screen share while I search up potential videos for 1997. Meanwhile, Evan, you feel free to give your thoughts.
Let's see. In terms of the actual game lineup, it was very impressive compared to the previous E3. In terms of the actual recording itself, it was nice that somebody wasn't 300 meters away from, in like, not even in the room, right? And like this weird, like, between room. And this, it's like the guys in like the third row. So we get a much better take on it. This time, I don't think everybody did a presentation, or at least they didn't record them all. But it was just kind of nice to see the games on the game floor and just have the games speak for themselves. That's what I prefer. You can have a little bit of pizzazz when unveiling the game, but for the most part, like, just let the games speak for themselves. This isn't Hollywood. I don't give a crap about that. So I'm really glad that they did that this time around. In terms of how I would rate it, like, I'd say like Nintendo and PlayStation obviously won this. In particular, Nintendo had a crazy all-star lineup of like Star Fox 64, Super Mario 64, Just like all these amazing games that are gonna survive the test of time. And it wasn't really until '97, like I was saying, where video games really like became really good and like everybody played them. And you'd have like big parties going to people's houses to play them, at least from what I remember.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to kind of lay witness to that kind of through history again, especially having lived through it myself.
Yeah. I think you've covered pretty much all the same points I have. It was interesting seeing early footage of certain properties like the Mario 64, Sonic's ass game. It's interesting seeing a few games here that I'd never heard of or that didn't come out, like Sonic's Fisheye Lens. Did I start playing the video by accident? That I did.
Oh, there's a whole channel that has all E3 videos.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay. But ultimately, yeah, I'd say you pretty much summed it up. So, next week will be naturally going over E3 1997. It looks like we've got a good 2 hour, 30-minute mess video, which should give us a decent chunk of the show. If not, I also spotted a playlist that'll probably give us, plenty of additional stuff. I imagine Redford should definitely be able to join us next time. Until then, this is Shaden of Casual Pleb Productions and Evan of Shonen MC signing out.